Hey, what's up everyone? Grimsy Finds here. I'm back with another What Sold video. In this video, I have items that sold on eBay and I wanted to go over it so you guys can see what sold and also maybe you can sell similar items on your store. And if you're a first time watcher, you're the first time watching this video, I am a collector for video games. I also do resale on eBay full time as my primary job. So without further ado, let's start. So the first thing I have here to show you guys is this Callaway Fusion Wide Sole Golf Iron set, and it's only three. Um, I learned a lot about irons and golf stuff. In hindsight, I'm still glad I picked this up. I accepted a best offer of $40. I did get a couple low balls, but I initially had this priced at I think at 55 or something like that. I had priced it way too high. But I did accept $40, and actually for the whole lot of clubs, I did sell two, and you'll see the other one in this video as well. I only paid $20 for the whole lot, so this being 40, I doubled my money, and then the next one you're gonna see in this video was pure profit. So golf clubs are a nice profit, but they do sometimes take a while to sell, and they're very difficult to ship if you don't have the right type of box. So actually with these three, I didn't have the right type of box, so I had to like Frankenstein a box together. But I mean, they are a decent sell, but you have to make sure you have the eye for the good ones. So Callaway is a pretty good brand to look out for golf clubs and irons. All right, this next one is a Star Wars lunchbox from 1977. So this one I did feature in a YouTube video before. I did pay about $10 for it. So it did sell for full price of $79.99 plus shipping on top. So it was a very nice flip for sure. It did sit for a while though. It sat for like a month. And then it finally sold for full price. So I don't mind sitting on stuff like this because it's not big. Star Wars vintage stuff is pretty good usually, so always keep an eye out when you go on garage sales. Lunchboxes are pretty cool too. So, I mean, had this been like an old retro video game lunchbox, maybe I would have kept it. But pretty cool overall, and it was a super nice profit. Okay, so this vintage Ninja Turtle didn't sell for much. It did sell for $11.99 plus shipping on top. But I did want to point out that it was damaged. So even though it was damaged, it did sell for $11.99. It was very difficult to identify this figure, but I did end up finding out it was a bootleg. So sometimes bootleg vintage is a collectible and sought after. So that's one thing you can definitely look out for in the future. I always dig through toy bins now just to see if I can find something obscure, something like this. And I think I paid like a buck or even less for this turtle. All right, the reason I'm showing this is because when I picked it up, I thought it was like maybe like a $5 doll or something like that. I ended up paying $1 for it, and it actually sold for full price of $17.99 plus shipping on top. And I don't know, I think she's rare. I don't know, but she was in very nice condition, her original clothes and everything. So and she actually didn't have shoes. So I don't know if the original doll had shoes or not, but I did sell for full price of $17.99, and I couldn't be happier. So that was pretty cool. Also, a side note: if you are a viewer and you buy something and you want to be featured in these videos, let me know. And then also, I wanted to point out that I did finally get my stickers. So if you are a viewer and you would like to receive one of these stickers, just let me know in the message on eBay, and I will for sure send you one. I do have a limited quantity of them, so I don't have too many of them, but I will definitely send them to viewers. So just let me know in an eBay message, and I will send one to you. All right, so this is the one I kind of regretted not doing in a featured live garage sale recap. So I did have footage of this, but I never edited the video together or anything like that. I bought some DVDs, a Winnie the Pooh thing, and a lot of clothing for American Girl. But this one was very easy to identify. I Google Lensed it and it came up American Girl doll Ivy, and she's a retired series. It was super easy to list this one as well. She was in very good condition, kind of like new. I wish I was able to put like new. It probably would have sold faster, but it took like a week. After a week, it did sell for $119.99. I was running a 20% off promotion on this item. Otherwise, it probably would have sold for full price. But $119 is still pretty good, and I only spent $10 on this doll. And it was bundled with a bunch of other stuff, and so pretty much it was a full profit. So American Girl, don't sleep on it. And sometimes it's like I'm a dude, I'm a grown ass dude, and I'm looking for these dolls, but the money's there, so I'm definitely gonna still keep looking for these. All right, so this Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP was AGS 101. If you don't know what that means, it is the one with the brighter screen. When you click this button right here, the light turns brighter instead of it turning off. So AGS 101 is way more expensive than the normal AGS 001. So this one was as is for parts repair, and it still sold very quickly, like within 2 to 3 hours of my listing. It sold for a full price of $82.99 plus shipping on top. I did get an offer like immediately when the listing went live. I got an offer for like $65. I declined it because I had just posted it. But at like maybe 2 3 hours later, it sold for full price. So I'm kind of glad I declined it. And that goes to show you, if you have an AGS 101, don't be scared to price it a little higher, especially if it's in cosmetically good condition. So in this one, the outside was pretty rough, but the inside was in decent condition. It's not like too bad. I've seen way worse, so I think that's why it sold pretty fast, because they want to use it obviously to modding these things and reselling them. Is there's a market for that, so that's probably what the buyer is going to do with this AGS 101. But if you do have one, very easy sellers for sure. All right, in another garage sale pickup video, I did buy Manga. So Toilet Bound Hakano Kun English manga. I only had volumes 1 through 6, and even though I just had 6 volumes, it did sell for full price of $44.99 plus shipping on top. I did not know anything about this manga. It just looked interesting to me, and I ended up paying about $50 for this and Demon Slayer manga lot. So $44.99 is most of my money back already. So then the next, if I sell the Demon Slayer one, it's just going to be almost pure profit. So I think I did pretty well in these mangas, and I definitely will be continuing to buy more. And it sold fast. It sold within a day. So very, very easy lister and very, very easy seller. So manga for sure. Don't sleep on it. Okay, so this Mario Kart Double Dash Complete in Box I did get from the GameCube Mega Haul video. I did have a ton more of GameCube games, but most of them actually sold at SoCal Retro Gaming Expo. This is just one of the ones that did not sell at the convention. But I did sell it on eBay within the day. I got it for $68.99. GameCube is definitely hot right now, so if you find GameCube stuff, it will sell. You just have to post it and make sure it works. So this one I did list as acceptable condition. I want to note that. And then my listings, whenever I put like whenever there's a defect or something, I definitely include it in my item specifics and description, so that the buyer knows what to expect. And I did even take a picture of the disc, and I showed that it was a little scratched. It does play, but I just wanted to notate that because a lot of times collectors will buy these and they would like to know all the information before on what they are buying. So if they see it in face value, it's best, because obviously you want your buyer to be happy and you don't want returns. Okay, another one that sold within a couple weeks of me listing it was Clown House. So in a video I think I posted a couple of months ago, I did find a horror movie lot, and Clown House was one of them. And it sold used condition, $35 flat rate, and I did send it via media mail. So I love media mail because media mail is always cheap. So again, horror movies are another hot item that you should keep your eye out for. Clown House surprised me. Like normally DVDs are like $2 to $3 and not worth listing, but this one definitely was. Okay, so this Apple desktop bus mouse was in used condition. It was very difficult for me to determine which model this was, but I figured it out. Google Lens helped me a lot, and I listed it. I didn't think it was going to be worth like I thought it was gonna be worth like $10 or so, but it did sell for $24 plus shipping, and then again, it was in used condition. So pretty cool. And I think I ended up paying like 30 bucks for all the Apple stuff in that video. So this was pretty much a huge chunk of it back. Okay, and I mentioned in the beginning of the video some golf clubs. So this was the other golf club. This is the Ping 2016 G Series Hybrid Regular Flex. So this one I actually accepted an offer of $50. Ping is a very good brand to keep an eye out for when you're looking for golf clubs, and I know what to look for, because I mean before this I did not know Callaway was a good brand, and I didn't know Ping was a good brand. I don't know anything about golfing, so now at least I know somewhat of what to look out for when I'm looking for irons and golf clubs, etc. So Ping is another one to look out for, but again, it is difficult to ship, so be prepared to package the golf club as well, because you have to make sure that the heads don't get damaged. You have to make sure that you find an adequate box. So definitely there is some negatives to selling golf clubs, but there's also a huge profit. So it just depends on if you're open to package them and to store them. But I would probably rebuy this, just this and the Callaways, and maybe not the rest of the clubs I got. But still decent profit, and I will definitely do it again. Okay, so this Futurama TV series I did sell for $21.99 plus a media mail shipping. And I think a viewer bought this. I did get this in a huge lot I got from some guy. He had most of this stuff in his storage unit, and I think I paid like 100 or 120, I can't remember now, but it was a very good buy. I sold a lot of stuff from it already, and this is one of the items that sold for $21.99 again. And DVD sets are best if you have more than one. Typically if you have one, it's probably not worth listing, but if you have a good couple of them, you could always bundle them up and make a lot and sell them for a little more, so it's worth the shipping. So Futurama is a good one for that. Okay, so in that same video with the Futurama, where I got those from that storage buy, I did get this Explorer Red Octane guitar from Guitar Hero. It's probably one of the most expensive guitars, and it did sell for full price of $85. And this is another one where it's kind of difficult to ship. So make sure you have the adequate box or means to Frankenstein a box together, because they are long. And again, I don't know if you're aware, but if you are a reseller, you probably are, that USPS charges extra because of the length. So this one actually went UPS because they don't add the extra dimensional cost, or if they do, it's not as expensive as USPS. So that's another thing. So for me, I have scheduled pickups for USPS every single day, minus Fridays and Saturdays, because usually those are my sourcing days. Monday through Thursday, USPS is coming to my house to pick up shipments. And when you're selling stuff that ships through UPS, UPS actually charges you for pickups. So I do have to find a reason to go out to drop these off at UPS. So that's another negative, if you would like to look at it as a negative, but I don't mind. $85 is still $85. Okay, the reason I included this one is because this one was as is. It did have speakers, but I separated the speakers because it would have been really heavy to ship, and I shipped this via priority flat rate large box, because it actually fit pretty well in there. And if I was to ship the speakers with it, it wouldn't have fit at all. So when I first listed it, someone said they would give me an offer of $35. I turned it down because I had just listed it, and then a couple of days later, it did sell for full price of $45.99 plus shipping. So and again, this is as is, no speakers. It did turn on, I believe. Here's a picture of it turning on. Something was wrong with this. I think the CD player didn't work or something, and that's why I put read description. But it's still sold, so that goes to show you electronics are good. Usually Sony brand stereo CD players are pretty good to flip, and this one was no exception. And now that I know about it, I'll definitely keep an eye out. If it actually works with the speakers, it's worth like $200 to $150. So pretty good speaker and stereo to keep an eye out for. All right, this is the last item I'm going to show you guys. I've been sometimes I mention in my videos that I pick up plushes, and this is the reason why I pick up plushes. So I actually sold 3 bundles of these Paw Patrols to the same buyer, and the same buyer bought this one as well. This one sold for full price of $44.99 plus shipping on top. This character right here is pretty popular. I think his name is Everest. Yeah. So Everest is pretty popular among the fans and kids. So that's the main reason why this is so high. But Plushies, $44, and I only spent like $1 on them. And quick flip, easy to list too. I thought this was a very decent deal, and I would definitely buy these again. When you're considering stuff to sell on eBay, time is very expensive, so stuff like this is amazing, especially because it's a high dollar item and it's super easy to list. And it's just another example of bundling. So had I listed just Everest, maybe I would have gotten, 20 bucks or something like that. But then I would be stuck with these two, right? So I just decided to bundle them all for one flat rate price, and it worked out. In some instances, it makes sense to separate, but I like bundling just to get rid of it, unless it's like a higher end item, like the stereo I showed you, where it made sense to split it, especially because of shipping cost. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos. Again, it's just me sharing what sold and what works for me, and hopefully this ends up working and helping you guys out on your business. And if you have any questions or any tips or any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you want to be featured in one of these videos, if you buy something from me, just message me on eBay, and let me know that, hey, I wouldn't mind being featured in these videos. Or if you don't want to be featured but you want a sticker, just let me know in eBay message as well, and let me know that, hey, I'm a viewer and I would like a sticker, and I will send one definitely to you, because that's what they're for. They're for viewers and supporters. So anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see what I find next. Thanks, guys.